The National Safety Council will release the first ever state-by-state report card on June 28th. The state of safety provides a bird's eye view of where states are on safety-related actions and policies they say can remedy preventable deaths and injuries across our roadways, homes, and communities and workplaces. Here to give us some more information about this first ever State of the Safety Report is Deborah Hersman. Deborah, it's good to see you. She's the president and CEO of National Safety Council. So tell us a little bit about this first ever State of the Safety Report.
Well, preventable deaths have reached an all-time high in the United States. They've gone up by 27% since 1992. And so this report really points out what states are doing well and where they can close the gaps and make improvements when it comes to our safety where we live, work, and how we travel.
So what did this report reveal? What are you hoping that people who read this report will take away from it?
So unfortunately, the report doesn't paint a very good picture for the state of safety across the United States. No state earned an A in the overall report. And Florida received a D, and so they are ranked 40th in the country when it comes to safety. That's not good news for Floridians.
So what does that mean? What are we not doing, in your opinion, right?
Yeah, so there's a lot of opportunities for improvement, and so what we do know is that states across the country did earn A's in road safety or home and community safety or workplace safety. So it is possible to earn a good score. For Florida, some of the things that they could do to improve safety is on the highways, child passenger safety, looking at things like making sure children are properly restrained in car seats and booster seats, and protecting them in hot cars. Those hot car deaths that are so tragic. Certainly Florida is a hot state. It's important to pay attention to that. Distracted driving, making sure that teens and all drivers are not distracted when they're behind the wheel. And when it comes to workplaces, passing laws like drug-free workplaces can keep people safer on the job.
It sounds like a lot of this, as far as like making sure that your child is buckled in properly and not, engaging in distracted driving, that really falls on personal responsibility. But you say there are some things that the state can do. So talk about what you think, in your opinion, the state, as far as policymakers, should be doing versus what we should be doing as far as, making sure that we're doing things properly on our own.
Yeah, so the one thing that we know is that people look to the government, they look to the state for guidance or for laws. If you say your child can't be licensed to drive until they're 16, that's what people do. And if you say, all right, you do want to have passenger restrictions or nighttime restrictions or cell phone restrictions on those novice drivers, there's a lot of people who will comply because the state is saying this is what the expectation is. They're looking to the laws for guidance. Likewise, in our homes, if there's carbon monoxide detector requirements, or there's requirements for safe handgun storage or things like that, many people will comply because they want to do what's safe. They want to protect their families and they want to make the right choices. But states really set the baseline, and we don't want people to be safer depending on which side of the border they live.
Well, we've run out of time. Is there a website where people can perhaps do some information on their own or do some research?
That's right. You can see how your state stacks up against others at nsc.org/state of safety.
Deborah, thank you.
Thank you.